Welcome to the Bank First Ranger Hour. Super Talk Mississippi 93.7 Spotlight on Northwest Community College. And you can listen to our live stream at supertalknorthms.com. Just click on the link for the Bank First Ranger Hour. Now, here's your host, Gary Darby.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this edition of the Bank First Ranger Hour. It is a Thursday, January 11, 2024 edition of the program and the first of the Ranger Hours for this calendar year. Here's what we will do in said show. Dean of Students, Cooper McCachren, coming on. He'll talk with us about Welcome Week and everything, getting the semester started at all of the Northwest campuses. Cooper comes on at around 9:15, and when we are done, it will be Carla Malone, Instructional Design Coordinator in eLearning, and we're going to talk online classes, programs that are offered, resources that are provided, the commitment that it takes to do these online classes, how many hours, etc., etc. We'll get into those things. So Cooper comes up first. We'll get with the Dean of Students, and then we'll talk e-learning with you on the program today. Basketball in Senatobia at Howard Coliseum tonight. We'll get into that. And then at the Heindl Center, it is a busy couple of weeks coming up with a lot of things. We will discuss that and more on today's show. So today we will, again, get into a little bit of the Welcome Week with the Dean of Students. Cooper joins us in just a few, and then e-learning when we talk with Instructional Design Coordinator Carla Malone in and around our program somewhere around 9:30 today. So thanks for being with us, and we'll do what we can for you in this hour, giving you all the things we can in the world of Northwest Community College. We will continue giving you the discussion of what's happening to get this semester started. Dean of Students joins us next.
This hour is Everything Northwest. Your connection to Northwest Mississippi Community College and powered by Bank First. Thanks for joining us on the Bank First Ranger Hour. Join the conversation now by texting 662-426-1093.
You can do that. We encourage you to do that a little bit later on today. Wherever you get your podcasts, this Bank First Ranger Hour will be there. Once we get done with everything, we send it on over, and Dr. Andrew Dale puts it up in the podcast form so we can be looking for that a little bit later on. Carla Malone's going to join us in the second half to discuss some e-learning, but we've got our friend and Dean of Students, Cooper McCachren, back on with us. Cooper, how you doing today?
Doing great, Gary. How about you?
Yeah, we were joking about that just a little bit before we got on, right? I'm a little old to have these two, little rascals that are just like me, these two little boys. And last night, one of the first nights that I hadn't had like Grizzlies game or something, and I thought, we'd have a little fun, right? And the next thing I know, it turns into pillow fight, and I'm not sure that the littlest didn't jump off the top of the bunk bed on my back at some point. And so it's one of those mornings where the old Darby is kind of moving gingerly. But other than that, we're doing.
I can definitely relate.
We're doing great. We had a little WWE going on in the house last night, but other than that, all is good. And I hope things are good with you as Dean of Students. How are you and ready to roll to get this new semester going?
Northwest, we are in full swing for the spring 2024 semester. Our students are back. They're back on campus and back in the residence halls. So things are going really well here at Northwest, and we're glad to have our students back for sure.
And, of course, when that happens, you guys do a Welcome Week much like everyone else. So what's going on in Welcome Week there at NWCC?
So this past Tuesday, we had a student services resource fair, which was in our Rotary Room, and it basically gave students a chance to meet some of our student service programs that we offer and resources, such as like our math lab, our writing lab, our disability services, counseling services, testing services, our trio housing. So they actually had a chance to get more information from the people that represented those different departments. And actually, this upcoming Tuesday, weather pending, we're supposed to get some winter weather, but we are planning to have a student clubs and organizations fair in the cafeteria where our students can come and talk to a few of our club advisors and organization advisors of how they can get involved on campus. So we actually have that going on. And then Wednesday night on the 17th, we have a celebrity magician. Joe Myers will be on campus. This is just for our Northwest students. And also staff and faculty is welcome to come to it as well. But he has YouTube videos out there. He's been on America's Got Talent and numerous other shows out there. So we're really excited for him to be here on campus for our students and to entertain them that night. And then we have a hot chocolate and vision board kind of activity for our students. That's on Monday, January the 22nd. That's just the name of the few activities that we got going on for our students.
Where can and for the possible students or parents of students or staff members that are listening to this, where can they find out all of that information?
So we actually have some of our activities on our calendar on the Northwest website. Some of them may not be, all of them may not be on there right now. They may have a few on there, but usually like for the Joe Myers celebrity magician coming to campus, we probably won't publicize that to the public since it's typically just for our students.
And it just sounds like a great way. I know most of the students have had tours. They came and they took the tour before they came to Northwest and saw everything that's going on or know some things. But this just sounds like another way and another week plus where they can find some things maybe they didn't know about and learn some things that are going on to help them, be a student and to have some fun extracurricular things going on as well.
Yeah, very, very true. We, of course, a lot of our student clubs and organizations, they're kicking off. So it's like our BSU, our athletics are, especially with basketball, they're ramping up. And we want our students to be involved as much as possible on the athletic side, along with the student club and organizations side. And speaking of our athletes, our cheer and dance teams are at nationals this week in Orlando, Florida. So we just want to wish them the very best, and we're cheering from them from here in Senatobia and Oxford and DeSoto. So we're rooting for them and to bring back the gold home.
Yeah, I told you this too during the break that I was trying to get with one of them yesterday, maybe record something and get them on, but on a bus and traveling and schedules and things didn't work. I'm going to try and get, one of the members of the teams to talk to us about it when it's all over, regardless of how they do, because I think since, we've had Coach Casey on and we've had both cheer and dance and whatever as far as coaches are concerned talk with us, plus members, they've really, in the last couple of years, put their heart and soul. And look, I'm not saying that cheerleaders and dancers didn't do it before, but in these competitions, it's the first time they've started going to these competitions in the way that they've done this. There's a lot of time that goes in and effort that goes in for these young men and women that are a part of these dance teams, cheer teams, and the things that they're doing, and they're bringing back, trophies and things and representing Northwest at a high level. They do need that support as much as anyone, don't they?
Most definitely. I can attest to the time that they put into practice. Every time I talk to Coach Casey, they're practicing all the time. They're going, practicing either like in the afternoon or at night, or they've been going to different showcases here recently. to check out other teams, getting to kind of see what other teams are doing as far as competitions go. We actually had our own showcase here on the Northwest campus this past weekend. We had a great turnout. We had a lot of high school teams along with the University of Mississippi. They were here as well. So we actually had a really great turnout for our showcase here on campus.
Excellent. Couple of minutes left with you, and then I'm going to talk some e-learning with Carla, but is it too late? We can still have new students come in and do things, correct?
Correct. We're still registering new students for spring enrollment. We do offer still some full-term classes. We also have our mini-term classes, and also our e-learning and online courses. They're still available. So if we have anybody out there that is wanting to or thinking about getting registered for classes, please contact our admissions office, and we can definitely help you out for sure.
I know we don't know numbers, obviously, because the semester's just getting started, but Northwest had a growth over the last couple of years, more than any of the community colleges. I know Northwest grew at a nice pace. As the Dean of Students, do you think we're going to see, or do we hope that there will be that growth again?
I definitely believe so. Definitely for the fall. That's what we really are focusing on right now. Even though spring has just gotten started, we're always kind of thinking a semester ahead of time. So we're looking at the fall semester, and we want to definitely see our numbers grow even further than what we had this past fall.
You're going to have to keep building housing. You're going to have all these. I mean, truthfully, right? You don't have enough, and that's just the fact. With the numbers that are there, and I know the buildings continue to go, and that's a good problem, isn't it?
It is. Yes, definitely.
All right, great job. Thanks for joining me today, and good luck this semester, and we'll have you back on before the fall, I'm sure.
All right, greatly appreciate it, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Dean of Students with us today. They're on the Northwest campus and talking with us about a lot of different things. And again, maybe you joined us midway in the conversation. You might have missed a little bit of what we were talking about. Podcast form a little bit later on today. You can go check it out with our Bank First Ranger Hour. 9:25, we pause, we come back, and we will get a little deeper into the e-learning world. Carla Malone joins us next.
Thanks for listening to the Bank First Ranger Hour, your connection to Northwest Mississippi Community College on SuperTalk Mississippi 93.7 and streaming live at supertalknorthms.com. Just click on the link for the Bank First Ranger Hour.
It is 9:30 on your Thursday. Coming up before we're done, I'll talk to you about the upcoming performances that will be at the Heindl Center for the Performing Arts. We've got basketball on the Northwest campus to get to, and a couple of other things as we do this Bank First Ranger Hour. But now it's the e-learning world. We'll discuss with Instructional Design Coordinator in that e-learning portion of Northwest Community College. Carla Malone's on the phone. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I've held you on hold for long enough. Let's start talking, right? Let's get into it. The semester has started, right? Classes underway?
Yes, so our on-campus courses kicked off this Monday on the 8th, and our online courses will kick off this coming Tuesday on January the 16th.
So with those online classes and the e-learning, and it's something that I think we all did before, and then when we went through the pandemic, it's become even more a way that people go and a way that people do things. What are the programs that Northwest offers in the e-learning world? I know you probably can't give us all of them. That's probably not fair to you, but kind of if you can.
Okay. Well, we offer a variety of online programs here at Northwest. We have several academic programs. Some of those are going to be accounting, business administration, criminal justice, psychology, social work, elementary education, and we also have some of our career and technical education programs that are offered completely online. And some of those would be our business management technology program, administrative office technology, paralegal technology, and legal studies.
So obviously you can be a current Northwest student going into the classroom, take some of these online classes as well. But I guess we can have, since we do have universities close by, in the city of Memphis and in Oxford or in the Delta at Delta, whatever, we could have students from other places, right? Can they take those online classes?
Yes, they can take online classes. But sometimes there may be an instance where we may be offering something online that they might not be able to get at another community college or university. If we have it here, they can take it online with us.
Excellent. So with e-learning, what are the resources that a student gets?
We have several resources that are available to our students. Most of our resources are going to be within our learning management system. We use Canvas. So students will have access to their ebook, constant access to their instructor. We have several tutoring services on campus. We have a math lab and a writing lab. We also have a online tutoring platform called BrainViews that is available to every student that is enrolled in an online course. So if they need help with the actual subject that they are in, they can click on that BrainViews link within their course, and they can receive help within minutes from an actual live tutor. We also give all of our online students access to a course that we call Getting Ranger Ready. And within that course, students have access to a wealth of information about the college itself. There's information in there about mental health and a lot of the services that we offer here at the college. So we provide our students with a plethora of resources to assist them with learning online, as well as making sure they're abreast of what's going on here at the college and what resources they have access to.
Sounds like a wealth of information and pretty easy, right, to enroll in these classes?
Yes, the enrollment process is pretty standard. You would apply for admission to the college just like you would for any other in-person academia program. You would then be assigned an academic advisor through our Advising and Retention Center. They will sit down and map out a degree path for you or a degree plan with you. And if that includes you taking programs that are completely online or just needing some courses that are online to work with your flexibility, we do have a diverse population of students. We have some students that are older that might be actually working a full-time job. So sometimes we might have students taking a hybrid method of courses. They might be taking some face-to-face and some online. So after they meet with their advisor, they will then determine if they would need to be taking classes solely through us here, through e-learning for all online classes, or a mixture or a hybrid combination of those.
I gotcha. And Carla, for those that are thinking about the e-learning and online classes, what kind of commitment are we talking about? How long do these take, right? How many hours are we discussing for a person to go in and to get the job done?
The time commitment will actually vary based on the program and the actual course content. I would guesstimate their time commitment for the typical class is about 6 to 9 hours per week. It could be more. It just depends on the complexity and the requirements of the course. Students would definitely need to have some really good time management skills to be able to balance that out, because if you are taking more than one course, you would need to have that time commitment per each course. And also, if you are a working student, you will still have to have the time to actually do your regular day-to-day work that you would do on your job, as well as yielding in that time for you to dedicate the time needed for you to be successful in your course. So anywhere from 6 to about 9 hours a week per individual course, or it could be more.
Excellent. All right, so for the people that want some information, how can they get in touch with you or someone, again, as you've mentioned, a few of these things so they can learn more about the e-learning world?
They can always give us a call here in the e-learning department at 662-560-5230. They can send us an email. Our email is elc@northwestms.edu, and they can also follow us on our Facebook page.
Excellent, Carla. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
All right, our friend Carla Malone talking with us about the e-learning world. You need some online classes, they've got you covered. Go check them out in all the various locations and ways that she mentioned and get going with it. We will finish it up. There's still a lot to get to. So I've got to take this break and come back, and we're going to talk soiree. We're going to talk Heindl Center. We're going to talk basketball. We've got stuff still to go on the Bank First Ranger Hour.
We're talking Rangers this hour. Thanks for joining us for the Bank First Ranger Hour. It's a special conversation about Northwest Community College. There's a campus near you, and you can join the conversation by texting to 662-426-1093.
We still have some time with you to discuss Northwest Community College, and if you missed any of this, again, it will be anywhere you find your podcast coming up a little bit later on today. We will talk, I'm sure, when the event is a little bit closer about this, but Northwest has announced their annual soiree. It's going to be called Boots and Pearls this year. It is the main fundraiser, and it will be at the Heindl Center for the Performing Arts for the foundation and things that go on. March 2nd is the time. It will be black tie affair. There'll be different things for you throughout the day, and then you will get the opportunity as they honor Michael Joe Cannon of Oxford for the Alumni Professional Achievement Award, Jim Flanagan of DeSoto County for the Spirit of Northwest Award, and Jamison Rogers of Batesville, baseball player and now country music star, and there are going to be some friends and other things there with performances going on. But Jamison will be honored for the Young Alumni Professional Achievement Award and for the Outstanding Corporation Award, Reedy Acres Foundation. So you will have all of that going on. It is the college's premier fundraising and community recognition event. It will be at the Heindl Center for the Performing Arts in March. We'll give you more details on that. And if you're looking for some entertainment and things to do throughout the month, a couple of things coming up on Saturday, the 20th and the 27th. And one of them, you could go to HeindlCenter.org, HeindlCenter.org, obviously, to get this information. But you've got on the 20th, the event which will be celebrating Meatloaf, which will, have that performance going on. We have had different people come through with these performances before, like Queen, and we've had others that have made their way through. But this one will be called Celebrating Meatloaf on Saturday, the 20th, and you can experience the hits of Meatloaf and Neverland Express. And so that will be going on Saturday on the 20th of the month. And again, you can go get your tickets again at HeindlCenter.org for that one. Good seats that are available for that 7:30 performance. It will feature members of his official band and American Idol winner Caleb Johnson. And then you will take that. They'll give you the live show and obviously kind of stay true to those recordings. And they will put their own stamp on some of the classics and things with that as well. That comes up on Saturday, the 20th. And then you get on the 27th, a week later, Terry Fader. You guys will remember him, ventriloquist. And he does other things, too. Has his own songs, has all kinds of things for you coming up on Saturday, the 27th. Also at 7:30, the America's Got Talent winner will come away from Vegas for a little bit. He's got the headline stuff that he does there, so he'll do his comedy, he'll sing, his ventriloquism, he's got celebrity impressions. He does so many different things. And so he will be in Senatobia at the Heindl Center coming up on the 27th of the month. And you can go on and you can find the other things that are happening as well as coming up in February. You've got Little Women, the musical. There's all kinds of things going on. Blake Bostic is taking control there at the Heindl Center for the Performing Arts. We'll, I'm sure, talk with him about other events and things. And I do think we're going to make the effort and maybe have Terry Fader on the program before the 27th show. At least that's the hope. But in live radio, one never knows what's going to happen. But Heindl Center for the Performing Arts, go check it out, HeindlCenter.org. All of it is there. If you haven't seen a show there yet, great place to go do so. there is basketball at the Howard Coliseum today, as both men and women will be hosting Copiah Lincoln. Colin comes in, makes the trip up from Wesson, and for Coach Williams, Laterrell and his crew will tip it off at around 5:30 as the women's team off to an 8-2 start, coming off of a loss to Dyersburg State, but 8-2, and this is the final of what would, I guess, be called the non-conference games, even though Colin is going to be a conference game the next week and a half. This one will not count in the conference standings, but obviously trying to pack all the wins you can. So 5:30 for the women's game at Northwest, and then the Northwest men against Colin at 7:30. They're coming off of a win against Dyersburg State on Saturday, 78-68. Coach Oakley's guys now 4-7, and so they will take on Colin as well. And so you have that. The women's schedule looks like this. They will play tonight and then will not play again until the conference opener, also in Senatobia against Southwest. But for the Northwest men, they play Colin tonight, then on Monday host what is called Baton Rouge Basketball Post-Grad Academy. Not sure a lot about BRBPGA, which is their logo, right? But they will be in Senatobia on Monday, and then the Northwest men, 1 week from today, will start their conference play against Southwest Mississippi. But tonight, basketball, Senatobia, first tip-off is at 5:30, women, and then 7:30 for the men, and you can catch all of that also by not only being in attendance, but you have that opportunity on Ranger TV, where you can go, and all the ways to find out about that at nwccrangers.com. nwccrangers.com is the way that you do that. So now you're in the know as far as that is concerned. Of course, great conversation today with both Cooper McCachren, the Dean of Students, and Carla Malone with eLearning about Welcome Week, what is going on in the Northwest campus, and all of the things that are happening, how we can get yourself registered for the classes. There's still time to do that. There's whether it's in-person classes or online classes, whatever you need, it is all there. And if you need some of that information and the other things, maybe you got all kind of questions, northwestms.edu is where you need to go there. northwestms.edu, and you can find out all the things that you need, whether it's the programs, the admission, the financial aid. You've got to do all of that and get ready to get going for this semester and more. And so there are a lot of things that are happening in the Northwest world, so we encourage you to do that as well by going to northwestms.edu. All right? That's going to finish it up for this version of the Bank First Ranger Hour. We again thank, whether it's the Dean of Students or our lovely friend Carla from eLearning, on what they have given us on today's program. Again, you'll find it in podcast form coming up a little bit later on today. That does it. We're out of here for now. We'll come back, talk for about an hour tomorrow, hopefully, and wrap up another week of North Mississippi Spotlight. For today's Bank First Ranger Hour, thank you for listening. So long.